Hi everybody. Joining me this afternoon is none other than AMA President, Mr. Bob Brown. Mr. President, welcome to AMA Air.
Thank you, Chris.
So I wanted to try to steal you away for a few minutes this afternoon and let you tell us a little bit about AMA Expo 2016 and what kind of things you've been doing while you're here. What's been your general impression of the show?
Okay, Expo 2016, probably the best expo we've ever had, at least from my perspective. It's definitely all of the booths were filled, people were here, a large number of people in the crowd. I think yesterday's attendance was exemplary.
Oh, yesterday seemed so busy. I could barely keep up with all the people at our AMA Publications booth yesterday.
Well, I know from my own experiences over the last 3 days, we had a tremendous amount of people come in and commend the AMA on our positive efforts, not only with the FAA, but with the various different modeling activities that we have. In my mind, it was an extremely good show.
So as you've made your way around the show floor, tell us about some of the most exciting things that you've seen that you're looking forward to in the upcoming year.
It's very interesting. Some of the things that I've seen really evolve around some of the, I guess you could say, parts and so forth for airplanes and or for multi-rotors. It appeared that the majority of the vendors were diversified in what they were showing, and that was pretty neat. In some ways, I'd like to have seen more traditional airplanes or kits and so forth, but there again, I think what was on display this weekend is a good example or a good cross-section of model aviation today.
So I know that you're a person that likes to stay up with the latest and greatest. What's on your wish list? What did you come here to Expo and say, man, I really hope I get to see X while I'm there?
Let's just say I'm looking at two different things. I have quite a focus on multi-rotor racing.
Okay.
And there were several multi-rotor racers here. Those were intriguing.
So is this FPV racing that you're talking about?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Looking at that, that's exciting.
Sure.
I also look at, there were some very, very nice gliders here. And, you know, as I look at multi-rotor racing and gliders, it's like two ends of the spectrum.
Well, I was just thinking that. So I'm thinking, okay, here's a guy that could, obviously you could fly anything that you want to fly in the hobby. And we've got you on the one end. This is the latest, greatest technology. We're FPV, it's multi-rotors, it's racing, it's fast-paced. And we're at gliders. Minimal power. We've been doing this for years and years and years and years. It's slow pace, it's relaxed. What draws you to the two ends?
There's three letters. It's called F-U-N.
I have to say, I was a little worried there for just a minute about where that was going to go. I couldn't agree more. I think that everything that I have seen here at the show has had fun written all over it. All of it is all tied into flying models, building models, and getting together with a bunch of people that like to do just that very same thing.
You know, it's peculiar. I've been around the hobby most of my life. And I relate to various different experiences that I've had. One of the most exciting, most pleasant experiences that I had in aero modeling was flying out over the Pacific Ocean at sunset with a slope soarer. Now that happened several years ago, but it is ingrained in my mind, and like I say, it's one of the most enlightening, fun-filled activities that I've ever done.
That would be amazing. I've not had the opportunity to fly while I've been out here on the West Coast, with the exception of I did get to fly control line for the first time today.
Wait a minute, control line?
Control line, yes.
I'll bet it was fun.
You know what, it was a lot of fun. So the Knights of the Round Circle had a booth set up here, and I came by our publications booth, said you've got to come over and check out what we've got. So I was able to break away this afternoon and get in just on the tail end of the last one of their control line flying demonstrations. And I showed up, they had a small indoor control line model set up. I was in a line of young kids and big kids alike. I was one of the bigger kids, I suppose, that was there. And I had never experienced before what it was like to have that tactile connection to the model. You can really feel every single movement in the handle. And other than being a little dizzy because of my flying form, Wasn't what it was supposed to be. I didn't follow the instructions very well. I didn't crash, and I had a great time with it.
Like I say, the bottom line on anything we do is 3 letters, F-U-N. And it's very important for myself. I guess you might call me selfish. Mm-hmm. And the reason I say that is because what we do is fun, and there's not a person more enthused at having fun than me. You guys have known me for quite a while now. Yeah, I walk around and at least I try to have a good time wherever we go.
I'll tell you, every time I see you in the building at headquarters, I always know it's going to be a fun day or a fun week. You always make sure that everybody there is happy and having a good time, and I
try.
think that reflects what the whole hobby is supposed to be about.
It certainly is.
So, Mr. President, flying season is not on in your part of the country right now.
Oh, yes, it is.
Well, do elaborate. I always think of wintertime, it's cold outside. I don't want to be outside there freezing my digits off.
Well, you see, Chris, some people are smart enough to come inside.
I'm not among those people, apparently.
Well,
but I'm getting an education here.
What it amounts to is, even though when I left home 5 days ago, it was 10 degrees.
Okay.
Now, that's not uncommon for where I live. Luckily, this year, we haven't had a lot of snow. Mm-hmm. It's just the same. We do a lot of indoor flying. My own local club has a high school gym that the club commandeers every Sunday afternoon, and we fly there. There's clubs in the area. One of them has an agricultural center. That center is considerably larger than a high school gym. Mm-hmm. But again, it's a way for us to enjoy the hobby. Plus, there's a few, I'll call myself an idiot, there's a few idiots like myself that do brave the storms and go out and fly in the snow or on the ice or whatever.
Sure.
You know, everybody thinks that a seaplane is designed for water.
Uh-huh.
Works off of snow too.
What is snow but frozen water? Well, as we move into the more traditional flying season, perhaps, come up in the spring and summer months, what are you looking forward to flying this summer?
I'm looking forward to flying your airplane.
I wouldn't be happier.
Well, I mean, you know, I could honestly say I don't look forward to one specific thing. Mm-hmm. I have a couple new airplanes. One of them is a big Aeronautics glider. I have, I think, 3 different multi-rotors that I'm working on. Mm-hmm. I have some other airplanes. Again, I can't emphasize those 3 letters, F-U-N.
Yeah.
But you know, some people like to do one facet of the hobby. I've been there, I've done that with almost everything. I'd rather do all of them or try to get as much into it and enjoy the hobby in total.
Couldn't ask for a better answer than that.
Oh, yes, you could.
Mr. Brown, thanks so much for sitting down with me this afternoon. I know that you've had a busy day and a busy weekend, but I haven't seen the smile leave your face the whole time that you've been here. Thanks a lot, and we will see you later.
Thank you, folks. Hang in there.